Hi everybody, Kim Wilson here with Lunchtime Live. Happy Monday and happy Holy Week. If you're like me, you knew that Easter was coming, but when you flip that calendar, wow, it's here right now. So my Easter cards are going out today, and I thought I'd just show you a few of the ones I'm sending in case it gives you some ideas of things to use that you have on hand. And then I have a really cool card to show you that I'm going to make for you. So this is from the last Paper Pumpkin kit, the March kit. And it has two stamp sets in it because it's the anniversary set. So one of them has an Easter set, so you can do Happy Easter cards. So that's easy to do if you got that kit. And I do have some extras as well. And then I took the free set from that Paper Pumpkin kit, and I showed you this the last time, how to do the faux silk technique with that Easter lily, that beautiful Easter lily set. So that one's really ready to go. And then I had this one a while back that I did with some of the new embossing folders that I think are still non-orderable, but they'll be back. And I used the Easter Bunny stamp set, which has a Happy Easter set. So if you have the Easter Bunny, you can do a cute little oval, and there's a technique you can do where you make a out of your cardboard pieces, make a layer for your sandwich that has an oval cutout, and then you have space to do some stamping on the inside. All right, there's my cards. Oh, here's one Priscilla sent me that is just gorgeous, just very simple with a beautiful background, and then she also did a background with the cross. And it's just, this is just cardstock. It looks like a piece of wood embellishment, but it's just cardstock that she got all pretty and fancy, and a little vellum greenery here on the cross. And that kind of gave me an idea. And I saw another one online for the one I'm going to show you today, which is this one. But first I wanted to show you, again, I've shown you this a couple of times, my Easter Bunny treat box. So remember this, the video is up from last year on how to make these. You just need a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock or designer series paper, and I used the Dandy Designs, but you can use whatever you have on hand to make that cute little Easter bunny box with the ears and the little tilt there. It's pretty easy to do once you figure out the first one. It's just a bunch of cutting and folding. And then I decorated it with, again, the Easter bunny stamp sets. So an idea for little treat boxes. All you have to have is some paper on hand. So I'll post the link for my video when this is done, so if you wanted to make some of those. All right, so how did I make this card? And it really was pretty easy. I just made a cross out of some of my scraps of white cardstock, and I think it was 4 inches by 2.5 inches. Put them together in a cross and use it to mask off a white space when I did the stamping with this really cool stamp, and it's from Artistically inked, so it has all these really neat watercolor, kind of alcohol background looks, but it's all in a stamp, and it has some cool dies to go with it as well. And I forgot to look up to see if this one's retiring. I believe it is retiring. So if so, the big sale starts tomorrow, and a lot of the dies are going to be on sale. So I'll double check on that and let you know as well. All right, so how I did this with the cardstock cross, and now I have this cool cross to put on another card. But when you are masking with cardstock, you can see it leaves quite a bit of white space around it. So that is the advantage of using masking paper. So I'm going to show you how to do this card with masking paper. So I cut some 3/4 inch strips of masking paper, the same dimensions as my other cross, and this just peels off, and then one part of it is sticky. Now you don't want to put it down right away like it is, because this masking paper is really a little too sticky. So I usually just take my jeans, or here I'll do it right on my sweatshirt, and put it on that first, just to get rid of some of the stickiness. But because the masking paper is so thin, then you're not going to get that halo effect around your item that you're masking, in this case my cross. So there is my masking paper cross, and then I'm going to do a couple different colors on this background. So I'm just kind of going to rotate it a little bit and get a couple of the different colors on here. And I'm using two of the colors that are retiring, so we can formally say goodbye to So Saffron and Blushing Bride. Okay, there's the So Saffron. And I did my original card with the Stamparatus, but it's actually not available right now, so I'll just do this one with a big block. And I'm pressing down kind of hard because I do want to make sure I get it around the edges. And you can see I have a much smaller halo. And let's see, at my Kit Together last week, I cut up the chamois, one of my chamois, into 4 little pieces and put them in these old stamp cases, and that was kind of handy because they don't take up much space, and it's also handy for if you do have the Stamparatus to wipe off your stamps on that. Makes it a little easier to do. So now I'll do a few in Blushing Bride, and I want to make sure I have covered all around the cross image that I'm masking so that it has a complete shadow. So let's do one up there so I can get the top. And then looks like I've got the top and one side completely covered. And I need to do this side and the bottom. So let's do one there. Okay, it looks like I need a little bit more right there. And I think I need to, I'm going to mask that off a little bit so that I don't get too much there. Okay, a little bit more. Right in the corner, and then a little bit more down here at the bottom. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can peel this off and see how it looks. Now when you are peeling off the masking paper, make sure you do it very slowly so you don't rip the paper, just in case it's a little too tight. I think I did the cross piece on here first, so we'll, and I have a band-aid on this finger because I have a paper cut, and you know how much paper cuts hurt. I don't think it was on Stampin' Up paper though. I think it was on something in the mail or something from my freezer. Okay, whoops, I think I'm getting a little bit of tearing there, so I better go really slow. Okay, I got the cross piece, and now we'll do this piece. Start at the bottom. I probably should have dabbed it a little bit more on my sweatshirt so it wasn't quite as sticky. And you can really only use this type of masking paper once because it's so thin that it's really not usable a second time. Okay, there's my cross. And the card that I was copying from the demonstrator planning place by another demonstrator, she also used the fish punch and a fish and a wish bundle. And I have never used this before. I had it because I got it because it was so cute, and it has that fish symbol. And the punch will cut out both this one and this one. And this is retiring for sure. I know this one's retiring, and I believe the fish punch is in low inventory, so I don't think that one's going to be on sale. But I wanted to show you this because it's really a really cool, kind of different stamp set, and it also goes along with our theme of the cross because the early Christians, when they were persecuted, they would draw a fish symbol in the sand. And that stood, I believe it stood for, the Greek letters stood for Jesus Christ our Lord or something like that. Anyhow, that was a way to identify them. So I did already stamp one of those fish, and there's my punch. And so we will punch out that fish. And this will make a really cool Easter card to send out today. So I'll just grab a dimensional to put that on, and then I'm going to stamp the sentiment from that. I'm going to cover over the little spot where it ripped. The sentiment I used was "Love Never Fails" from that same stamp set. Love Never Fails. Let's see, there it is. I didn't even put my stickers on yet because that's brand new. I hadn't used it before, so I'm glad I got a chance to use it this week. Okay, I got to get it the right direction, and I'll use the Blushing Bride stamp set. Oh, sounds like laundry's done. Okay, Love Never Fails. And then I'm just going to mount it on a Blushing Bride card. Use up some of that retiring cardstock. So you can see the difference between the two cards. This is the one using the masking paper, and this is the one just using the thin cardstock. And you get a much cleaner mask with the masking paper. Both of them look good, but just might want to grab some of that masking paper because it does come in handy. It took me a while to find mine because I had it hidden away, but I found it, and I'm glad I did because I really like how that turned out. So I hope you enjoy it too. Get your Easter cards mailed out if you have made them, or make some quick ones. Maybe make some treat boxes. Check your April birthday calendar. There might be some birthdays coming up too. And have a wonderful week. I may or may not be doing a live throughout the week. The big sale starts tomorrow, Tuesday, so I probably will be back a couple of times to tell you about some sale news and things that are happening with the inventory, because as soon as the sale starts, things will start flying off the shelf, and a few things have sold out already. The Stamparatus is not orderable right now, but I'm not sure if it's totally sold out for good. They haven't updated the list yet to let us know if there's more coming in stock or not. So I'll keep you posted on all this stuff. And oh, I did also add some really cool gems to this, which are the In Color Opal Rounds. And those are just so pretty. Even though they're the outgoing in colors, they really are colors that will match just about anything. And they go really nicely with these two colors, even though they're not the same colors. So opal rounds might be something for your list because they are, I believe, retiring and probably on sale, but I didn't check. I'll have to check all these things and make sure they're on, whether they're on sale, and let you know. Okay, have a great week, everyone. Happy crafting.